Before I get started on the video, I'd like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button and hit the notification checkbox. That way you guys don't miss any future uploads from me and you become part of the notification squad. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. What's up, people of YouTube? This is here bringing you guys another video to the channel, and today we are going to be doing another best class setup for the saug 9mm. So this gun is this gun is particularly good in the SMG category. I think we can all mutually agree that the SMGs are a little bit on the weak side right now. They're not the main focus, unfortunately. I just like them to compete a little bit more with the ARs, but the saug is definitely the best SMG, I would say, and it's the last one that you unlock. So I feel like a lot of people understand that this is one of the better SMGs in the game, and they're probably wondering what weapons and what classes work best for them. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on all that. There is gameplay in the background. I think it's relatively short, so this shouldn't be too long of a video. But before I get into all that, I would like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit the like button on this video. It would mean a lot. It helps me grow, helps me get my channel out there. Also, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We just hit 760 subscribers at the time of me recording this. I think we're sitting at 761. We are slowly but surely inching our way closer and closer to 800 subs. But that's basically all I really wanted to say before I get into this class setup. So obviously we have the saug 9mm here, and then the attachments that I prefer to put on this weapon are the stock with foregrip and quick draw. It just makes it a super rushy, melty weapon, and this is a gun that you really do have to get up close and personal with. All of the SMGs in this game, none of them really work at medium range. They're all pretty much have to be in people's faces, but the saug is definitely one of those guns, and it honestly reminds me a lot of the MSMC for whatever reason from Black Ops 2, even though it's definitely not as good as the MSMC because it's not as, SMGs aren't as dominant, but it's definitely the best SMG, and it reminds me a lot of that from the iron sights and kind of sort of the way that the gun shoots. It has a little bit of recoil, which is why I like to use that foregrip on there, but if you don't mind the recoil and you're only getting into gunfights up close where the recoil doesn't matter all that much because you're just melting people, then you could do without the foregrip on there. But the stock makes it to where I can just snap between enemies fairly quick and just strafe around really fast, and that's always useful. Those three things right there, in my personal opinion, are the most important part of this class. Well, and one other thing, but I'll get to that in a moment. As far as secondaries go, you can do pretty much whatever you want with this. If you wanted to just, not run a secondary and maybe have like a sight on your weapon or whatever, then you can definitely do so. But I just like to run a pistol when I use this class, just whatever one I'm feeling like using. I think the class that the video that you're watching, my class setup is a little bit different than what I would normally use, but I definitely have the same attachments. I think I was just going for some camos, so that's why the gameplay looks a little bit different. But normally I would just use one of the pistols. Doesn't really matter which one, whatever one you guys prefer. Then as far as the gear goes, I like to use stim shot because you're going to get into a lot of gunfights and need to take cover and recharge and get back into the gunfights, and the best way to do that is by using stim shot. Next up here for perks, we have engineer, which I just recommend this pretty much all the time across any class for the perk slot 1. Unless you're going on crazy streaks, and scavenger is nice, but engineer is good because you can see all that annoying equipment, whether it's from torque or nomad or recon, anything like that. That's super useful, so always recommend engineer. This next one is the next perk that really makes this class what it is, and once again, I recommend this across pretty much any class that you have. That is Gung Ho. Gung Ho is so freaking useful, guys. It just makes you snap onto target a lot quicker and ADS faster and recover from sprinting, and it's just something that I really recommend. Next up here for Perk 3, I would just recommend using Ghost. You can use like Dead Silence if that's your cup of tea, but I personally prefer to use Ghost in most situations. It's very useful, and as always, just like any other Call of Duty, it keeps you off of the radar. So like I had previously said, this game isn't necessarily geared towards SMG play, but I do think that there is a time and place to use SMGs, and I think on certain maps, a lot of the older maps that we got that are remakes, work pretty well for SMGs. So Summit, Firing Range, Slums, those three maps in particular are really good with this weapon. There's a couple maps that they've put into the game that work with it well too. Like Frequency is a pretty good map. Contraband has its moments depending on where you're at, but if you're going to use an SMG, just know the locations and the routes and the places on the maps to be where it's going to work the best. Try not to run up the middle of the map in Contraband because you're probably going to get sniped or shot in the back from an assault rifle or an LMG or something. So just be aware of your surroundings, know the best possible options of when to use this gun, the best maps to use it on. You guys shouldn't have too many issues because I think overall it's a pretty solid SMG. Could use a slight buff across the board for all SMGs in my opinion, but that is basically it. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, please go ahead and leave a like, and I think there's still going to be some gameplay left over, so I'm just going to let you guys watch that, and deuces.
Someone's day. Deploying barricade. He's dead. Mission objectives green across the board.